Access show notes and learn about our English courses for economists by visiting our website, englishforeconomists.com. Hello and welcome. I am Alan Robert and I am your host at the English for Economists podcast. My goal here is to present you with practical, non-technical vocabulary so that you can read and talk about the economy in English. Everything you'll hear here is useful, and learning the words that I am going to teach you will make you a more confident speaker of English. This is podcast number 5, and today our topic is forestry. Let's look at some vocabulary. Forestry, the science of growing trees. Forestry. Hardwood. In general, but not always, hardwood comes from trees which lose their leaves annually. Hardwood is usually slower growing, and the wood is dense. Softwood. Softwood is more common than hardwood. It usually comes from trees which remain green year-round, like pine trees, for example. Those, by the way, are called evergreens. Timber. Timber refers to standing trees or trees that have been cut down. Timber. Lumber. Lumber is timber that has been cut into smaller pieces for construction. Pulpwood. Pulpwood is wood that is suitable for use in paper manufacturing. Logger. A logger is somebody who harvests lumber or timber for a living. A logger. Cutting cycle. Well, the cutting cycle is the period of time between the cutting down, the harvest of trees. That's the cutting cycle, the period of time. Sawmill. A sawmill is a factory where logs are sawed into lumber by machines. A sawmill. So that's the processing plant where the large logs are cut into smaller pieces. A sawmill. Virgin forest. A virgin forest is an area of old trees that has never been harvested by humans. A virgin forest. Tree farm. Well, that's a privately owned, managed forest to produce timber. A tree farm. All right, let's talk about forestry. Forestry is the science of growing trees. Now, people grow trees for ecological or economic reasons. The two principal categories of wood are hardwood and softwood. Trees are cut down by people known as loggers. This process of cutting down trees to get the wood is also known as harvesting. Trees and trees that are cut down are usually known as timber. Those big pieces of timber are transported to the sawmill and cut into lumber. Now, friends, be careful because the words lumber and timber are used differently in American and British English. But my suggestion is to use the American style, where the loggers cut down the timber which gets transported and cut into lumber at a sawmill. So bigger to smaller, timber to lumber. Of course, one of the other important uses for trees is to make paper. Paper is made from so-called pulpwood, which is usually lower quality or smaller pieces of timber. So, pulpwood is made into pulp, and pulp is made into paper at paper mills. By the way, did you know that paper production and consumption has been declining? There's two important reasons for that. The first is that people now use less paper as they've moved to work online. And the second is that a lot of packaging is now done with plastic. So paper production is actually been decreasing. In most countries, the modern forestry industry no longer relies on virgin forests, which are the forests that have never been harvested. Increasingly, loggers harvest timbers from tree farms, where trees are planted, grown, and managed, with the goal of having the shortest cutting cycle possible. That's all for today. If you have any suggestions or comments, or if you are interested in our courses, please visit our website, englishforeconomists.com, and send me a message. I would very much enjoy hearing from you. The English for Economists podcast is new, so please share it with your friends and colleagues. Until next time, this is Alan Robert wishing you a fantastic day. Take care.